Are you tired of constantly hearing the exact same advice over and over again from self-help gurus? Get money by uploading content, get girls by becoming a smegma male, become tall and handsome by inserting coins up your ass. I do not know about you, but when I return back to these self-help gurus and self-help spaces on the internet, I do not learn anything of value anymore, as these creators kept uploading the same exact content over and over again, just in a different package. Oh, nofap this, gym this. So, I created this video compiling some genuine and out-of-pocket unconventional advices that really helped me and that will help you in life, if applied. How often do you see a person selling you a product that they also seek for themselves? Do you believe that they will genuinely sell you their best product when they also desire that? How often do you find yourself in a situation where you seek advice from a colleague or a friend about something that you both desire? Do you really think that they will give out their best advice for you? How often do you find yourself in a situation where you want to buy some mind-altering inhibitors and the local crackhead tells you to summarize where I'm going with this, don't take advice from the fisherman, but take it from the fish, but from the right fish. You already heard the age-old advice of that if you want to catch some fish, that you should not be going around asking fishes how to be caught, but rather go to the fisherman. Now tell me this, why do you expect that the advice from the fisherman will lead you to success? That fisherman has the same exact goal as you, catch the fish. You are his competition. You are not his friend. He will not give away his best method, or the best location and the tactics to fish. He will give you just something enough so that you feel like it is working. To use real life examples, dating coaches and money gurus. Dating coaches do not tell you the method they are using to get women, because if they tell you, they are directly making it harder for themselves. So they tell you the sound good advice that makes you believe that you are doing something right. Many times in life, being first is so important. First ones always leave long-lasting memories. You probably do not know the best second runner, or the second best football player, or the second man who walked on the moon. Then you find a method that works, that nobody else found before you. Utilize that. Milk that. Because when others discover that, it will lose its effect, like when the Brits rolled out their Mark I tanks on the battlefield for the first time, leaving such a huge impact. Well, later, tanks defined the war, and that element of surprise was lost, because every nation had their own tanks later on. People who are directly your competition, which in the terms of dating, every male around you is competition, you cannot expect them to help you genuinely. Even friends, even closest of friends, will not give you their method, their text game, their plan. So then you need to ask the fish. But not the common fish, the right fish. The fish that are aware of how the fisherman fishes. The fish that do not see you as the second fisherman. Do you know what women actually want from their partners? Is to feel safe and secure around them. Plus the vast majority of dating coaches tell you to become filthy rich, extremely jacked, to drive Slayer cars, and to approach a game woman like they're a PS5 console or something. I mean, they will definitely help in attracting women. But will they really love you and stay there for you? Or are you just buying their love? I mean, once you start observing relationships, you see that they're always transactional. A man either provides money, security or status, whilst a woman provides love or sex. Speaking from what I observe to be the average relationship, please don't attack me for being sexist. Oh, you see women only as sex objects. That is not what I meant, and you knew that. Both the genders are so tired of dating, man. Septic pool of horny men and mentally unstable women. How does the right fish benefit by telling you how to catch the other fish? Well, she's lowering her competition. If the second fish was caught, the fisherman would not pursue the right fish. That is the reason why I'm not fully against the idea of having female friends. I see constantly in the manosphere bashing the idea of young men being friends with women because of the intersexual dynamics that play in these scenarios that could cause damage. I mean, I understand the perspective. There's a young guy expecting to get some action from a girl who treats him kindly, but the girl sees him as a friend, whilst the guy doesn't see her not as a friend, but more of a long-term marathon game, where one day she'll say, "Yes, Marcus, I love you all this time. 8 years that we knew each other. I love you. I was just testing you to see your loyalty. Yes, Marcus, you're mine. Let's get married together." First of all, if that ever happens, she had you as a secure option. Once she's done with pursuing pleasure with other men, she's settled for you. That is what the manosphere is telling young men. to not be stupid and to understand how women play with men's emotions. But if you understand these emotions and you genuinely would never see your girl bestie as a sexual or romantic partner, then I don't really see it as an issue. I see that as a benefit. But understanding the male libido and men's sexual nature, if that girl bestie of yours would come to you one day and open up saying, "Marcus, I want you in my bed, naked, no!" You wouldn't say, "No, Anna, I see you as a sister." Not as that, no. You'd probably say something in your head like, "Let's fucking go, man, let's go." I'm talking from the perspective of dating, but this advice of listening to the right fish and not to the fisherman can be applied to many categories like marketing and sales. The second nugget of wisdom I have for you, you should listen more to failure stories rather than success stories. Because from my observations, people who made it oftentimes do not know how they made it. So many countless fitness influencers who take steroids and genuinely believe that their aesthetic physique came from chicken and rice and just spamming bench press and squats. So many countless models believing that they made it because of their charisma and good personality, whilst it came from their looks and their marketing teams. Dating coaches who have more than 100 bodies telling you that they achieved that due to nofap, whilst they are 6'2" and look like this. There are many examples of famous people and successful people who just got lucky or have something that you don't, who do not even realize that thing that makes them unique or stand out. That is why you should listen more to failure stories. People who tried many things and failed. Then you will see what doesn't truly work and what to avoid. All of those people who vent about their failures in life, who said that the things they did do not work, trust them. Because they're coming from the perspective of honesty and frustration. And when a person is frustrated, they want to be understood by others. That is why they wouldn't lie to you. Who would you believe more? A person who found his romantic partner at a very young age with minimal effort and minimal errors, who is telling you that you should just be yourself? Or would you rather believe an incel guy who tried 100 things to maintain a relationship, who tried to cold approach, to game, to be nice, to be mysterious, who got burned many times, telling you the things he did not work out and should be avoided? As I said, there are many people who vent on YouTube about their life, telling you how they live and how they act, because when they tell you that they are a loser, believe them and try to avoid what they did, because successful people are not honest on why they are successful. They love to present themselves as a moral guy who worked hard to achieve what he achieved. The good thing with that is that failure stories remove survivorship bias. Most success stories hide unseen losses, people who tried the same thing and failed, and structural disadvantages like money, network, timing, and genetics. Success stories exaggerate the method, the grind, and the mindset, whilst failure stories expose the real skills you must have, the common weak spots, and the baseline competence required. That is why you should ask or listen to the unsuccessful to avoid their mistakes. The third piece of advice is, unironically, that the worst vice is advice. This kind of shoots down my entire channel and most of the advice giving side of YouTube, but the problem with giving advice to other people is that it can cause more harm than good. Giving advice is often more harmful than helpful, because most advice is uniformed, biased, self-serving, or just generally impossible to apply. I'm making these videos that are best suited for me. These advices that I'm writing right now in this very script, are the advices I would be talking to myself, because I know myself the best. I give advice here based on my own life circumstances, based on my own personality, based on my own biases. The truth of the matter is that even if I have to pretend here like we understand each other for the sake of you watching my videos and liking my channel, truth be told, I do not know you. Therefore, I cannot fully help you. I would like to honestly, but I just cannot. Even if I know you fully in my real life, I do not know what is going through your head, and will my advice genuinely help you? I do not know. That's the reason why I hate parasocial relationships and this idea that one creator can fix your life. I am the person who benefits here the most. If my advice fails you, you lose. Whilst I do not really care. That is the reason why you should never follow anyone blindly. Analyze me, my words, and how I conduct myself, and then question yourself if the things I say are applicable for your own life. Because advice can be harmful. Bad advice can mislead you, distract you from what truly matters, and create false expectations. Advice is often a shortcut to avoid responsibility. When you take someone's advice and it fails, you feel cheated, you feel stupid, you resent the person, but you are also avoiding the responsibility for your own choices. That is why there are some of you black pillars who hate self-improvement because your first creator that you watched and trusted failed you hard. That is why you call them scammers and frauds and grifters. That is why you call them snake oil salesmen. If their advice worked for you, you would praise them. But now you create an entire channel dedicated to finding their flaws and destroying their reputation. Be careful when taking advice from people. Many people give advice out of ego, out of superiority. Look at me! Do the things I did and you will be like me. Listen to my advice and you will be successful as me. I did this, I did that, I made it. I'm unintelligent because I made it. So listen to me. The worst vice is advice. I gotta give credit to the person who I heard that from. The thinking ape. The fourth piece of advice is that you should understand the demoralization agents and truth seekers. Specifically black pills meant to help you and black pills that are meant to destroy you. Even though the black pill is just a bleak truth, you should not let it destroy your life. So many young men who consume the black pill and just wither away because they are demoralized. Not specifically by the black pill, but from the realization how cooked they fucking are. But to the point of neglecting yourself. To the point of just withering away in your room, playing League of Legends or I don't know, some anime game. If you are by definition a true cell, not an incel who can break out, but a true cell who will never be able to mate or to have your own kids, is it still the end of the world? I know some men who are genuinely so soul crushed because they never had a girlfriend or a first kiss or even a hug. Yes, you're missing a vital biological need, the feeling of being needed or touched. But are you willing to throw away everything? I hated the idea of it's over. Over with what? Life. Oh, you cannot fuck like that guy who was born physically better and stronger than you. There are genuinely people who with chronic disabilities, who are in a wheelchair, who do not revolve their thoughts around being a failure. Now, I understand. You're probably thinking, if I'm a failure and I'm capable, compared to these disabled people who have an excuse, I feel even worse now. I do not have an excuse on why I am a failure. Thank you, man. Unsubbed, disliked and reported. Unfortunately, sometimes we forget that compared to others, we have it better in some areas. There are people who would kill to be in your position. If you are an incel, at least become a gym cell, or a money cell, or a martial arts cell. You will not get attention from women, but you will at least be respected within the fields of gyms, money or some. If you cannot achieve your biological mission of procreation, create your own mission just to cling to life, because I know that you will not unalive yourself by your own hand, but rather you will just rot, eat shit, cope and consume until you get some disease or achieve an end screen through pain. Dedicate yourself to a craft, dedicate yourself to a project, cope but benefit from that cope. When a black pillar tells you that you are coping by focusing on the gym or money or status or maxing some kind of thing that will benefit you in life or something that directly benefits you, do not think that as a negative. He's probably right because his argument is sound and logical, but that cope is still beneficial. The black pill may very well be a demoralization agent, depending on the creator and the context. There is truth in the fact that losers will bring others, because they don't want them to succeed, because it will hit their emotions where it hurts. But there are also many black pillars who genuinely want to help you by removing all copes, but they are shut down because the truth hurts. There were periods in my life where after watching a video from Rehab Room, I was mentally and utterly destroyed, because he made me realize that most things I was doing and thinking were just coping. And that made me demoralized about life, made me depressed, but it shouldn't be like that. I was depressed because I couldn't handle the truth, but once I understood it, it made my life calmer. It made me understand this world better. And from understanding it, I realized what I do wrong and what I do right. Before, I would probably simp for women. And I would have thought that I was winning in life just because I was talking to a girl on Instagram. Oh my god, man! She's talking to me! That means I'm the only guy she talks to because she's the only girl I talk to. I will dedicate my life for her. I will train for her. I will make her my life. Whilst I was probably like the 24th guy in her DMs, and she just likes to be nice and polite. Before, I would have thought that your personality is the most important thing on this planet, and that true love will find you if you are truly an honest and good guy. But now I understand that these men just get women who are done with dating, who are done with being ran through, who are done with dating chats. Now they want security. And these good guys with good personalities think that they have won in life, whilst in reality they are dumb, and they do not realize what their woman has been through. Right now I understand that even the most vile criminals out there, who steal, who rob, corrupt, sometimes even kill and rape others, can easily marry if they are tall and good looking. The black pill helped me, but also demoralized me. It opened my eyes, but chained me, because I didn't know who to listen or how to listen. I could very well engrave this quote into my channel. It is over when you say it's over. Because when you consume the black pill, be afraid, because the black pill may very well consume you. Before, a long time before, when I started this channel, I focused on positivity, self-improvement and self-help content. And there were certain videos that I made specifically to fight off the black pill. But here I am now, fully black-pilled. Kinda funny, man. That quote by the German mustache man is so true. He who fights with the monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long enough into the abyss, be afraid, because the abyss might also gaze back at you. I gazed into the black pill, and it gazed back at me. Where I'm going with this? Seek truth. There's nothing wrong with seeking the truth, but do not let the truth throw you off life. And the last chunk of advice I have for you is learn the basic principles of sales and manipulation. Now, why would I tell you this? This doesn't really sound like unconventional advice that I read on the title or the video. I already heard that from many YouTubers actually. That is the point. Sometimes giving advice is a form of manipulation. There are many YouTubers and influencers who lead you by giving you advice. First, they inflate the problem. Then they give you the advice for free, so that you think that they really care for you. And then you do that until you only watch them. Then they hide their true advice that will change your life behind a small paywall of $5. Not much, but you can spare some change. What is the problem? Then they tell you that their advice is helping you, and that it is not a placebo effect. Then they create a bonus $50 a week ultra exclusive community to create that high tier social connection jerk off session. You are already way too deep into it. And because he said that giving $50 is actually just investing in yourself, why not invest then? The normal guy doesn't understand what just happened. Right now when I go and watch a video about, I don't really know, how to text women, the quality of advice sounds good, but it doesn't work. Because people return there to watch that type of content again and again. Before I watched YouTube because it was something personal and authentic. Now I see YouTube creators as businessmen who use every single tactic to keep your attention, to make you love them, to make you think about them constantly. That is how they win. That is how they manipulate, luring you into their money pipeline by pretending to be your friend. I do not want to be like that. I want to sell. I really want to sell. I want to make this project of mine into something profitable, to remove myself from this 9-to-5 world, but I cannot bring myself to lie to people. Anyways, that's that for the video. And remember, it is over until you say it's over. Peace.